So just say if you can hear me, introduce yourself, let me know who's here, because we're on to day what day are we on? 15? I've lost track. I don't even, what, it's Monday, isn't it, as well? Gosh. Hope you're all coping with the lockdown well. I'm going, I'm losing days and losing track. So hope you're all okay and all staying safe. So again, just pop me some comments in, let me know who's there. Look who we've got today. Yes, look who's here today. Look who's here today. It's Jarvis. Hey buddy, look. I know, Pudding. I know. Good boy. So Jarvis is with us today, so hopefully we're going to try and do plant pot prison with him today. So it's quite nice to do it with different dogs as well, because obviously you all know Rebel and Bliss. Well, obviously they're my dogs and some of this stuff they've done. So today, trying it with a little cheeky monkey, cheeky fella. Very special boy, this one. So, oh, hi Sylvia, hi Ellie, how's she doing? Hope she's recovering well. Right, so hopefully you've all seen the video. I'm just going to kind of recap that and just show you how we do, and starting with a dog that, I mean, he may well have done it with Jessie and Greg, but we're going to have a go on here. So let's go and spin it round. Bear with me. Oh no, back to the vets. So I'll just pop you onto our arena. There you go. Hopefully you can see that all right. I can't see, the reflection off of my screen is terrible. Right, so as you've probably seen, I just need to go and get some piece of equipment. So I've got plant pot here. It's not imperative what you use. I mean, sometimes if you've got one of those nice heavy ones, you know, like the big terracotta ones that are quite heavy, they can be quite useful, particularly for tomorrow's exercise. So what do we do with this? First and foremost, we've just got to get the dog being happy to retrieve food from underneath it. Okay, that's very simply all we're going to do. So try and get it into a position where got Jarvis's attention. Pop some food under. Pop some food under. Hopefully you can see that. Might just move over here. Nobody, I know. So this is just about getting him used to taking some of that food, getting his head under here. Good boy. I'm just going to send him send him out, get a handful of treats in there, send him out, pop some under and then cover it over. And just see, he's got to look to disengage from it, although he's engaged on my pouch. So yes, good boy. So I'm going to send him away again. Pop some more under. Just cover it over. Yes. You saw how he just stepped back? Just a very, very slight step back. So again, just going to send him out. Let him know I've put it under. So I've not got anything. Just going to wait for him to disengage. Good boy. So as he moves away from it, I'm just going to reward him. So send him out again. Bring him in, let him know I want to put something under. Yes, good boy. Good boy. Oh, send him out again. You can see that, pop some under. Cover it over. Yes, good boy. Good boy. Good boy. So send him out a little bit. A few too many pieces there, but I'm sure he'll find it. So I think I threw a few too many pieces out for him. So I'll just let him get that. And once he comes back, I'll just let him show that I've got some more. Cover it. Yes, good boy. What a good boy. Put some more under. Cover it. Yes, what a good boy. Yes, good boy. Yes, you found that one as well. So I'm just going to cover that one over, pop some under, cover it. Just looking for disengagement from that. Yes, good boy. So as soon as he shows any signs, so hopefully you can see that okay. So all we're doing is I'm just sending him away. Let him know that I'm putting some under so he can see me putting food under. But also as well, while you're doing this, don't be afraid to just pop some under every now and then and let him get it straight away. We don't want it to be always closing, okay? So we can let him, because what we're trying to just teach him is what we need to do when it closes, but when it's open he can go in and get it. So if we always close it and we always put that restriction onto it, yes, good boy, then there's no fun in it, is there? There's no game. Good boy. So again, let him put it under. So pop it under. Yes, good boy. What a good boy. Send some over that way up. Send some over that way. Pop it under. Cover it. Yes, good boy. What a good boy. What a good boy. Right. I'll come back and see if we've got any little questions or anything. So I'll leave it on there for now. Oh, hi Ashley. How are you doing? So as you can see there, that is with a dog that I've not used before. So there's the, anyone who knows Jarvis will know how special this boy is. Good boy, go on then. So it's a really nice game that just teaches some impulse control. So it's the start of almost like a leave it, but what you're doing here is you're not saying anything to the dog's having to use their brain. Okay. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to swap over and I'm going to see how Bliss does. Which should be interesting because I've done this with Rebel, which is why I've not really brought Rebel out, because Rebel gets this. So we're going to try it with Bliss just for a little bit of fun. So come on, Jarvis. So again, bear with me while I just swap the dogs out. Jarvis, good boy. And we bring the little monkey out. Oh yeah, she can already see stuff. Right, okay. So, if you've got any questions about the process, pop them in the comments. Hello, Blissy. So, again, there's another step to this tomorrow, which just takes it again to another level. But you may need something firm to hold it in place. But again, same principle. We get the pot, we've got the food. Go on, Blissy. Pop the food down. Let her go in and get it. Because what we want is we don't want there to be any negative reaction to this. So if you try and always snap it down, then obviously you can imagine that the dogs can become very nervous of the actual plant pot itself, or the bucket. You could use a bucket, you can use a colander, whatever you've got to hand. It doesn't have to be a plant pot. But we just throw stuff under, reset her out, let her come back, throw another piece under, let her go and get it, throw a piece out, throw a piece under. Now with Bliss, I'm going to make sure she's finding all the crumbs. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to send her out, pop some under and just cover it. Yes, good girl, go get it. Make sure she's got everything, send her away again, let her know that she's got some, cover it over. So she's a little bit too close, so I'm going to see whether she can offer something else. Again, don't be afraid to wait. Yes, go get it. Don't be afraid to wait for her to offer. Dogs tend to offer you something, even if you have to wait a while. They do tend to offer you something. Good girl. Go get it. And then I'm going to ping a few out and I ping a few under. Just to let her go and let her know she can get it. Good girl. Lucy. Good girl. Send one out and then again pop one under, cover this one. Yes, good girl, go get it. Good girl, brilliant. Okay, so I say you've got to remember, just spin that off there. Okay, so what we've got to remember is that we don't put too much pressure on. Okay, so don't be too quick to snap that down, you know, because if the first time you do that it snaps onto the dog's nose, well, guess what, they're probably not going to put their nose under it again. So it's got to be, lift it a bit, let them really get going under it, let them feel it on their nose, let them feel it on the head, and then feed, let them go under, and then throw them away and then close it before they get there. So you know, you're not snapping it onto the nose. It's not, you know, it's got to be fun. Okay, and then once they back away, just that one little tiny movement, we're not looking for them to move all the way back, we're not looking for a sit, we're looking for, and here's the word, that tiny bit of disengagement. Okay, so disengagement is the key word. You know, we want them to move away from it, and then we're going to open it and let them get it. So you can see how what this is teaching is just letting your dog know that yes, there's something they desire, and if they actually leave it, they will get it. Okay, so this is what we call concept training. This is where we're shaping that decision making process in the dog's brain to allow them that ability to learn to go, right, yep, something I want, I wait, and then I potentially get something. If I don't get that, I will get something of equal value. Oh, hi Linda. Oh. So yes, Max gives Linda a lovely shower of drool if you leave them waiting too long. Rebel's pretty much the same, you know, hold any food out for Rebel, yeah, and you know, I think I was filming for one of the courses, sort of a mini guide that I'm doing at the moment, and Rebel was just, I had spots on my jeans, sorry you can't see me touching my leg, but I had just drool spots all over because, Lissy, I had drool spots all over me just because I had some food in my hand, and he was just like, yeah. So I get it, you know, but this is why sometimes just using the plant pot, you can do this game with your hand. I mean, we call it the mouse game when we do it with the hand, but the reason I like using this is because I've been to many consults where I've used my hands, and when I've done it with puppies, sorry if the camera shakes every now and then, it's because Bliss is darting in amongst the camera tripod legs and whipping it with a tail, and obviously they'll claw at your hands, whereas at least if you've got the plant pot, you know, they're going to claw at the plant pot and you're going to protect your hands, because while I'm used to it, it still hurts. And if you've got a little puppy, oh, got a couple more comments coming through. Oh, hi Nikki, how you doing? hope you're well and safe and keeping okay. So yeah, it can shred your hands, and so using something like that is really useful. You know, if you've got a really large dog, use a bucket. You know, don't be constrained by thinking that whatever I use or whatever is shown has to be what you use. I mean, if you need to use, you know, I'm trying to think of, so a planter, like, I mean, I don't know if you won't be able to see them, but you know, if you wanted to use even like a couple of those planters you've got them lying about, that's fine. You know, there is no prescription, no script. You use what is right, but the most important thing is get them used to going under it, get them used to eating the food from underneath it. Do that for, I don't know, 10-20 repetitions first if you must, before you start closing the door and then looking for a behaviour, because it's got to be fun. You know, I say one of the things that we make a mistake of a lot of the time, sorry, got a bit of glare coming from the, the conservatory over there straight into my eyes, is we put control in very, very quickly. Yeah, you might need a bucket. We can put control in way too early. You know, we're all a bit obsessed with trying to have these perfectly behaved dogs immediately, and we kind of forget that if we think about our children or when we were children, you know, we grew up over time and we learned certain things over time, and it's the same for our dogs. Blissy. And by putting control in too early, or by applying sort of management, or like with the toy, trying to get them to leave the toy immediately, well, they can create possession issues, and you can create this desire that, oh, okay, why do I want to give it up to you? Because I'll just lose it when it's something that I really desire. So having fun with it and making sure they can have fun with you is so vitally important, just to make sure that we protect ourselves from future issues. But by trying to put control in, we almost make the dog never want to play with certain toys, never want to come near objects when we've got them in our hand, because they just know that we kind of get a little bit strange around them. So have a practice. We've got another, I think, yeah, we've got Plant Pop Prison 2 tomorrow, so that takes it on again to another level, and we start getting that principle of disengagement. Yes, Bliss. Sorry, and Bliss is happily looking at sunlight and some little flies that are darting about. Bliss, come here. Hop it up. Come on, girlie. What's that? There you go. Let's get you. Bliss is, there she is. Bliss, come, hop it up. Good girl, there you go. So yeah, so we're starting to work on sort of disengagement concepts. So again, you've the first part of this 25 days was to build proximity and build value in having your dog around you and returning to you, and value in proximity. These next few days, you know, we start looking at things like disengagement. Obviously, anybody who's interested, you know, I've just done a very, very mini course on disengagement. Goes through a real step-by-step process of how to get disengagement, and you can see that in the shop on Facebook if you ever want to have a look. It's just a mini course, really useful for anyone who's got any struggles that way. So, want you to go away, practice, pop some videos up. Want to see your plant pots, want to see your buckets, want to see your colanders. Let's have some fun with our dogs. It's a lovely afternoon, so, you know, well, hope it is where you are, but here, as you can see, got probably shining off my head. Have some fun, post some videos, and I will see you tomorrow for day 16. All right, take care, guys.